Students, today I'm going to start new topic, infinite series. So what is an infinite series? So if un is a sequence of real numbers, then the expression u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus un, this is nothing but a series. That means now we are adding the terms of the sequences. They will constitute the series. And this sum is called the infinite series and denoted by summation of un, where n stands from 1 to infinite. Or sometimes we are using just summation of un. Fine. So this is called the sequence. So series, next is series of positive terms. When each un, that means the term of the sequence, is positive, then the series is called positive term series. Fine. Then next is alternating series. What is alternating series? Summation minus 1 raised to the power n minus 1 un, where n stands from 1 to infinite. When you open this, first put n is equal to 1, so you will get u1. Put n is equal to 2 here, so you get minus u2. So that means we are having alternately plus minus plus minus plus minus. So that's why this is alternating series. Here each un is positive. Here each un is positive. So this is called an alternating series. Alternating means alternately we are having plus minus plus minus plus minus. So these are the infinite series. So now to find out because our target is to know about the behavior of the series. That means whether the series converges or diverges or oscillatory in behavior. So to know this, we will generally convert the series into sequence. We will convert the series into sequence and we will examine the convergence or divergence or oscillatory behavior of that sequence. If that sequence converges, series converges. If that sequence diverges, series diverges. If that sequence behaves like oscillatory sequence, then series is an oscillatory in behavior. Fine. So we will examine the convergence, divergence and oscillatory behavior of the series with the help of that sequence. So how to constitute that sequence? So for the constitution of that sequence, we need a definition of partial sums. What is that partial sums? Partial sum is if un, this series, is because we have u1 plus u2 plus un is an infinite series of positive terms, may be positive or negative. Generally this is a positive sum, but sometimes may be negative series. So now what we will done, we will take the sum of initial n number of terms, that means from u1 to un, and we denote this sum by Sn. So this is called the nth partial sum of un. Fine. If put n is equal to 1 here, so we are taking only first term here. That means here, what is our sequence? This is our series. First I'm discussing about this. What is this? So suppose we have this sequence 1 2 3 4 5 6 and so on. This is the sequence. Then what is the series? Series is actually your u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus and so on. This is equals to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 and so on. This is a series now, which is written as here un, n from 1 to infinite. This is a positive term series. Now if you are, this is positive sum series. Now the alternating series may be summation minus 1 raised to the power n minus 1 un, where n stands from 1 to infinite. This means nothing but u1 minus u2 plus u3 minus u4 plus and so on. That means if you are entering this in a series form, 1 minus 2 plus 3 minus 4 plus 5 minus 6 and so on. This is alternating series. Now partial sums is what? S1 is exactly u1. u1 is what? 1. S2 is u1 plus u2, sum of initial two terms. What is this? 1 plus 2. What is S3? sum of initial three terms u1 plus u2 plus u3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3, fine, and so on. So what will be Sn? Sn is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus n. So this is partial sums, and this will constitute the sequence Sn. Now if Sn converges, if this sequence converges, then we can say that series converges. Now if Sn diverges, then series diverges. Now if Sn oscillates, then series oscillates. Fine. So this is the behavior. So we will discuss this. So here we have seen that Sn is the partial sum. So S1, S2, Sn are the first, second, third and partial sums of the series. So Sn is a sequence called the sequence of partial sums of the infinite series. Now to every infinite series, there corresponds a sequence Sn of its partials. You can constitute a partial sum for any series, positive series. Now here, behavior of infinite series, we have already discussed it here. So if the series this converges, if the sequence of its partial sums converges, that means limit Sn is finite. This should be a finite value. Second, series diverges if the sequence of its partial sums diverges, and we have two types of divergence, towards infinite and towards minus infinite. So series diverges if sequence Sn diverges towards infinite, and series diverges towards minus infinite if this sequence diverges towards minus infinite. Third, series oscillates finitely if the sequence Sn of its partial sums oscillates finitely. Finitely means Sn is bounded and neither converges nor diverges. Fine. Similarly, series oscillates infinitely if the sequence of its partial sums oscillates infinitely. So Sn is obviously unbounded, that's why infinitely, and neither converges nor diverges. So these are the four cases. Let us take examples. Discuss the convergence of the series. This is the series. So what is un? This is your u1, this is your u2, this is your u3. So this is your un. So un is 1 by n into n plus 1, nth term of the series. So now simplify this, which can be rewritten as 1 by n minus 1 by n plus 1. So this is your un. So now put n is equal to 1 here. So 1 means 1 by 1 minus 1 by 2. u2 will be 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. u3 will be 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4. And hence un will be 1 by n minus 1 by n. Now take the sum. u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus un. This is your Sn. This is your Sn. So Sn is u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus un. Sum of partial sums. Now so Sn is, if you take the sum, then what will you get? This 1 by 2 is cancelled out with 1 by 2. 1 by 3 is cancelled out with 1 by 3. 1 by 4 will be cancelled out with 1 by 4. And 1 by n will be cancelled out. So only left term will be 1 by 1 minus first and last. So that's why Sn will be 1 minus 1 by n plus 1. Now take the limit. Limit will be of this sequence will be 1 minus 0. 0. So only 1, a finite value, and hence this sequence converges. When this sequence converges to 1, so obviously series converges to 1. So that's why this series converges. Fine. Now the second example. Second example is this. Discuss the convergence of the following series. First series is 1 by square, 2 square, 3 square, n square. Take their sum. So first is this 1 square plus 2 square plus n square. Sum is obviously this, n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. Taking limit n tending to infinite. N tending to infinite. So Sn will be, so here un is n square. Un is n square. Nth term. So when you take sum, Sn will be u1 square u1 plus u2 plus un. So un 1 square, put u2, put 2, so 2 square, and so initial n terms ka sum, which is this. So put taking limit, so obviously diverges to infinite, and hence series diverges to infinite. Now the second example is -1, -2, -3, -4, -n. What is un? Un is here minus n. So here un is minus n. Un is -1. So now take the sum of initial n number of terms, which is this. It's take minus sign, so we will get 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus n, which is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2. Limit, apply limit, so we get minus infinite. So diverges to minus infinite. Fine. So since this sequence diverges to minus infinite, and hence un diverges to minus infinite. Now in the third example, here is minus 1 raised to the power n, and n starts from 0. So put n is equal to 0 here, so we get first term 1. Put n is equal to 1 here, so we get -1. So this is an alternating series. This is an alternating series. Alternating series. Fine. Now here, depending upon n, because you are taking the sum, so either you are taking, for example, if Sn is 1, so only 1. If Sn is 2, so 0. If Sn is 3 here, so initial 3 terms, so we again 1. So depending upon number of terms, whether you are adding odd terms or whether you are taking even number of terms. So if you are taking n is odd, so obviously 1. When n is even, so its sum will be 0. Fine. So here, that's why we are having two types of sequences. Odd sequences converges to 1, even sequences converges to 0. So odd sequences converges to 1. So odd sequences, subsequences, this converges to 1. Similarly, even sequences S to n converges to 0 if you are taking the even number of terms, 2n. So this will be 0. Fine. So that's why we, in general, Sn is not convergent sequence, because we are having two different limits. Here is 1, here is 0. So that's why this sequence is not a convergent sequence. But according to this, either limit is 1 or either limit is 0. That means bounded. So Sn is not convergent. However, Sn is bounded, and that's why oscillates finitely. So this series oscillates finitely, because sequence oscillates finitely, so series oscillates finitely. Here is fine. So now we are discussing the next problem. Very important series, geometric series. This is geometric series. Geometric series. So here the series ax square, ax raised to the power n minus 1, and so on. Now we have to discuss the convergence of this series. Fine. So first we are aware about the term. Term is ax square. What is un? Un is this ax raised to the power n minus 1. This is our un. Now take the sum. So Sn will be u1 plus u2 plus un, which is nothing but a plus ax plus ax raised to the power n minus 1, and sum is finite number of sums. So that's why according to the geometric series, this sum is nothing but a 1 minus x raised to the power n divided by 1 minus x if the ratio is less than 1, and if ratio is greater than 1, then the sum will be ax raised to the power n minus 1 divided by x minus 1. This is the formula. We have already aware about this formula. Fine. Now we will find out the limit. Now here, since x is less than 1, x is greater than 1, so here we have divided the whole range, because we don't know about x. X is a real number. So here is this. So we don't know about x. So we have divided the whole range into 5 parts. One is from -1 to 1. This is called as first part. Second part is when x is exactly 1. Third part is when x is greater than 1. Third part is when x is greater than 1. Fourth part is when x is -1. And fifth part is when x is less than minus. And you have covered complete range. because x is a real number. So fine. Now let us take the case 1. Case 1 means when x is laying in between -1 and 1. That means magnitude of x is less than 1. That's why x is greater than -1 and less than 1. So when x is laying in this interval, then obviously x raised to the power n will be 0 as n tends to infinite, because your number will be shorter and shorter as your power increases. Fine. So this will be 0, and in that case, since your x is laying in this part, so here we are using the first formula. Here we are using the first formula, this formula. So here, according to this formula, take the limit. So this will be a upon 1 minus x, because this will tends to 0, xn raised to tends to 0. So a upon 1 minus x, this is a finite number. This is obviously, this will be a finite number. A is finite, x is finite, so their ratio will be a finite number, and hence Sn converges. When Sn converges, so obviously series converges. So this series will converge if your x ratio is laying in between -1 and 1. Now the case number 2, when x is 1, then series will be a plus a plus a plus, because x is 1, so a plus a plus a plus a, how many times? N times. How many times? N times. So this will be an. Now taking limit, when you take the limit n tending to infinite, this will be infinite or minus infinite depending upon a. If a is positive, series sum will be infinite. If a is minus some value, so minus infinite. So depending upon a is positive or negative, sum will be infinite or minus infinite. That's why divergent. Fine. Now third part, when x is greater than 1. When x is greater than 1, for this x we are having second part this. So now here for this Sn will be a x raised to the power n minus 1 x minus 1. Fine. X is greater tn 1, so obviously xn tends to infinite as n tending to infinite, and that's why sum will be either infinite or minus infinite depending upon a, whether a is positive or negative. If a is positive, this sum will be infinite. If a is minus infinite negative, then this will be minus, then again divergent. Fine. Now fourth case, when x is exactly -1, x is exactly -1, then we are having, because our series is ax raised to the power n minus 1. So when x is -1, so sum will be a minus a plus a minus a plus a minus a, and so on n times. Now depending upon n, if n is odd, for example initial one, first term or first 3 terms, if you are taking the sum of first 3 terms, this is cancelled out with this a. Fine. So that's why a. When n is even, initial number 4 number of terms 0, their sum will be 0. So if n is even, 0, if n is odd, a. So that's why Sn is oscillatory in behavior, because and Sn is bounded. So this is not a convergent series and bounded, because we are having finite values. That's why oscillatory finitely, and that's why series oscillates finitely. Now the last part, when your x is less than -1. So when x is less than -1, then we can say that x is less than -1. That's why minus x is greater than 1. Just multiply by minus sign. Suppose this minus x is r. So r is greater than 1. Fine. Now when x is less than -1, then generally we are having this formula. When x is less than 1, so obviously x is also less than -1. So we are using this formula. So here Sn will be this formula. Sn is a 1 minus x raised to the power n 1 minus x. Put x is equal to minus r. So this will be this. So a into this 1 plus r raised to the power n divided by 1 plus r. Here n is odd. If n is odd, then we are having this sum. But if n is even, then we are having this sum. So now taking n tending to infinite, and since here r is greater than 1, so r raised to the power n tends to 0, tends to infinite as n tending to infinite. Fine. So that's why this sum will be either infinite or minus infinite depending upon a. If A is positive, infinite. If A is negative, then minus infinite. That's why oscillates infinitely and hence oscillatory. What is the conclusion? Conclusion is that if your x is in between -1 and 1, series converges. Diverges when x is greater than equals to we have included 1, and oscillatory if x is less than minus. So in short, you can say that within this range from -1 to 1, series converges, and from here to here, here to here. So in this open interval, series converges, and this is ray, series diverges. Here again, this is oscillatory. Fine. So here converges, here diverges. Is there oscillatory? Here is divergence. So this is the conclusion from this. Fine. Now in the next video, I am going to discuss theorems based on the convergence of the series. Fine. Thank you.